I'd like to call the board meeting to order, please. If you would stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone, and welcome everyone who's watching at home tonight. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee DeVore.
Present.
Trustee Gatt.
Present.
Trustee Kazam.
Present.
Trustee Marfell.
Present.
Trustee Wigginton.
Present.
Trustee Weisenberg.
Present.
Okay, everyone's here. Good to see everyone. We would be at item 4, which is approval of the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting on July 20th, 2021. I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for July 20th, 2021.
Thank you. I've got a motion, a second.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Announcements, I don't really have anything to announce tonight, so we'll get right into comments from the audience. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to address the board? If so, please come forward to the podium and try and keep your remarks under 5 minutes. Any comments from the audience? Going once? Going twice? Comments are closed. Not on the agenda, but I want to welcome Jane and Julie tonight. They are the co-chairs of the Bridge to Bridge event, and I asked them to drop by tonight to give us an update on that event. So welcome, ladies.
So thank you very much for the opportunity. This is going to be an update because this is such a amazing thing that's really coming together. As a quick refresh, the Bridge to Bridge River Drive is September 18th and 19th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. It actually happens to also be the weekend of the Morton Pumpkin Festival. Theirs is Friday, Saturday, ours is Saturday, Sunday, so there's one day overlap. So basically, if I was to say, how do we describe this event? It's a festival and a scenic drive, and we are showcasing our Illinois River Valley communities. And this takes into Peoria Heights, Chillicothe, Lakin, and Spring Bay area. So essentially our route is a loop. It is McCluggage Bridge to Lakin Bridge, and it's up and down Route 29 and Route 26. So saying that, our update tonight is to let you know everything that we've been working on and the exciting things in a very short amount of time that's fallen into place, because the village was very generous and helped fund this for the marketing, and viewing this, how we're viewing it, as a perfect opportunity to be neighborly and work with the other river communities, but also to look at it as a fantastic opportunity for our community and our businesses, especially after the last year that we've all gone through. So this is really just pure tourism. I'm going to let you speak too, Jane. So let's start with, I guess, marketing. Can I be corny enough and show them?
Sure.
Okay. And then they have it. Okay, go ahead, Jane. Take the rest. I'm going to borrow the camera.
Oh. We have a great marketing plan. Of course, we have our website, and we did postcards and business cards that have a QR code on it that Julie just showed the camera. And so early on, people have been able to go to our website and see what planned events there were. That was before, but on our website right now is nothing like the brochure that I just passed out to everyone, which is just going to print today. We will have 5,000 of those brochures, and they will be distributed within outside of the region and within the region, different locations. Morton Community Bank is a major sponsor, and they are going to have them in all of their 40-some locations. So they are pretty out there. We also hired a social media expert for this event. We were very lucky in that we did raise the $10,000 that we needed for marketing. So we've been able to do a little bit more, I think, than what we thought we would do in the beginning. That was our goal, and we made it. So thank you very much for your support. And we have banners for each town. Did you want to show them their banner?
Sure. And if you're very curious about QR code, just pull out your smartphone and just put your your camera on, and this will literally just pick up our website, so it gets you right to the landing page of the event.
Take the other. And the artwork, Julie is not telling everyone this, but the artwork in the brochure, all of the maps, Julie did by me. And this is Peoria Heights.
Beautiful.
That's great. Would you mind turning that around so everyone at home can see that too? Great.
So each of the communities has their own.
And I've discussed, with, where we can hang it, and I really don't know what cables we have at this point for the heights, but just to get the banner up.
I guess at this point, if you had any questions, or before questions, it's always nice to know, I know you have tonight, hot off the press, the brochure, but I'm so pleased with so many things that have fallen into place and how people have really supported and included. My attempt was first to capture what we have going on in the Heights, and then the second is to build off of it and bring more events. So as the word got out, there are some really nice things happening. One in particular, the next following Thursday, is the Taste. And I was wanting to be fairly sensitive to not ask a lot of the restaurants to do something more. But they're going to do a small event within our event called Sneak Peek. So they'll have a sweet, like $1 to $5 taster, and help promote then the Taste. That's the following Thursday. The other thing that I'm really happy about is got a call out of the blue, and Soderstrom's Castle wanted to do an event, and this is what happens. It's just organic how things start falling in line. Dr. Soderstrom was really excited to do something, and one of the things he wanted to do was something, that really was quintessentially the village. And we discussed, and he's going to do a pig roast with Alwyn's, and half the proceeds will go to our fire and police. So that, and, that'll definitely have more details worked out. But it's things like that that are starting to bring to our community and honor what we have here. It's our time to really show off, I guess.
So before we take any questions, would you also tell us what else will be going on in the village that weekend besides the pig roast?
Yeah. So in the itinerary, like on Saturday, our Peoria Heights Congregational Church has the rummage sale. The Poor Brothers is having a concert Saturday night, Revel in Red. We have the Forest Park Nature Center starting a Illinois cleanup, volunteer. They have all the gear. They have everything if someone wants to come and support that. The Ivy Club has called and said, oh my gosh, we want to be a part of it, but we have a black tie event Saturday night. But they have regattas every Saturday, so they're going to do like a regatta watch party on the point. And then Sunday, we've discussed a really wonderful opportunity for them. It is the last weekend that their pool's open, and they are going to do a family fun day and really promote membership, possibly have free passes, and just create some energy at the Ivy Club. The Sidewalk tile painting, which I've come before, that Fired Up is doing. People can paint tiles this weekend, and it's going to become a piece to be placed here at the village, and the image is going to be your water tower. The Illinois Art League was very excited to come to the Heights and bring an art show, so that will be right here at Tower Park. And Sidewalk that will catch a lot of things happening that we have, like our retail, and do sidewalk sales, and helicopter rides will be on Saturday at the Pabst Office Building parking lot. It has a lot of elbow room, and I think the air rights are perfect to come in and out, and these will be rides that will start and stop here in the Heights, and they'll carry, and you can go and see the beautiful bluffs and come back and land. The Betty Jane has that night, a comedy event. What am I missing? Brunch at Sullivan's on Sunday with music. I think we're getting spoiled because there's so much that's going on in the Heights. It's that plus. Farmers market on Sunday, craft show. This is another sweet one. We have a local family. Carol Finn passed away of ovarian cancer, and the family really wants every year to raise money for ovarian cancer. But it's discouraging when you're trying to raise funds and have to pay a big rental fee for someplace. So in the past, they've been I-2 Hall. And so I said, by the courtesy of the KDB Group, who's allowing me to use the Prospect Mall buildings for this event, because they are open and empty and raw and abated, that they're for our using. So the farmers market will be in one, and a craft show will be in the other. Free rent for them to go and do their fundraiser for ovarian cancer. So these are the things, kind of like fabric, we can just keep weaving in what's special to us. We're going to have antique car show. We're going to have a classic car, I think, cruise. And I'm sure I'm missing something. But does that give a flavor?
Thank you. And just to be clear, so the events at the Ivy Club, it's not members only, it's for anyone who wants to come. You can.
Yes, so the Ivy Club is a membership, it's a private club, but during this weekend, like the Regatta Watch, the public's able to come, the public has access to the bar, and they're trying to be very open and, of course, show the beautiful amenity that they have. Yeah, so the Bridge to Bridge River Drive, September 18th and 19th. If someone had asked me what the demographics of this really is, I'd say absolutely everything. It just depends what event you want to participate in. And yeah, I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Well, thank you both for all the time you've devoted to this. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll get right into trustee reports. The first is Administration and Finance, Trustee DeBoer.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to remind everybody that we do have our next strategic planning session scheduled. That is Saturday, August 28th. So we can kind of go over some of the things that we talked about in our last one and see where we are from that.
Thank you. Anything else?
Nope, that's all today.
Okay, we'll go to Facilities, Trustee Gett.
Thank you, Mayor Phelan. I have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Economic and Community Development, Trustee Kazan.
I have two things to discuss tonight. We had our quarterly economic development group meeting this afternoon, and the first thing is Chris Setti from the Peoria EDC came to visit, or it was a virtual meeting, spoke during the meeting, and is promoting and wants all of us to know about a small business grant opportunity that's available for Peoria Heights and the Peoria area. This is specifically for small businesses, and it's a wonderful opportunity. Usually what people get for this grant is somewhere between $5,000 and up, depending on the amount of money that you've lost during COVID. It's part of the American Rescue Plan dollars. But if you would like to learn more about it, it's at www.gpcovid.com. And the EDC, Peoria EDC, will help with anyone filling out a very simple application for the grant for free. So, and I think we also have these in front of us, trustees, just so in case you want to learn more about it and tell our constituents or the residents. But we can probably print some of these off and have them available here at Village Hall for any businesses that want that information as well. But again, it's www.gpcovid.com. And then secondly, just to remind everybody that the Taste of Peoria Heights is actually the Thursday after the Bridge to Bridge event that Julie and Jane were just discussing. That's September 23rd, rather. And this year, we expect a lot more success than we had the first year, which was monumental success. And just people should know that they're looking for volunteers for all sorts of
things, and the tokens will be sold in advance this year.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we would be at Neighborhood and Parks. Trustee Weisenberg.
Just a quick update from our last meeting. I think we've purchased or placed the order for the playground equipment for Lions Park. They're about 10 weeks out on delivery and install, so we're looking at the mid-October range for that. The Lions Park today just dropped off $4,000 more towards that fund, so that was a pleasant surprise. But other than that, that's all I got.
Okay, thank you very much. Public Works, Trustee Marfell.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have two things. The new tractor, the tractor backhoe that they ordered should arrive any day. And then seal coating of the streets is going to begin this Monday, August 23rd, weather permitting, and there'll be no parking signs placed in those areas. That's all I have.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Wigginton.
Thanks, Mayor Phelan. Just a couple of things. I want to thank the community for reaching out to the non-emergency number at the police department. I'll continue to ask that you do that. If you do see solicitors or people walking the streets attempting to sell you something, please call that non-emergency number. All of these people need to be registered, and right now I understand that there are no people currently registered, so technically they shouldn't be out there. And then I think one thing, and I want to thank Jane and Julie. Jane left, but I think they said this stuff happens organically within the community. I do believe that, but I think the good leadership with the Bridge to Bridge, especially with Soderstrom, Dr. Soderstrom, honoring our Peoria Heights police and firemen with the pig roast. I think it's a real nice gesture. So thank you to Bridge and Dr. Soderstrom. And I don't have anything further.
Anything, Justin?
I just want to comment on Trustee Wigginton's statement regarding the soliciting. We've had an increase of calls, not only just soliciting. Obviously, you have to have a permit within the village to solicit, but we're getting a lot of individuals knocking on doors asking for money. So, majority of them are leaving after they've been instructed to leave the property, but some are not. So again, I urge the residents to call the non-emergency number, let the police department deal with it. So there has been a major increase in the last few weeks. So appreciate your due diligence. I know that we've had a lot of calls recently, and we've moved them on. So.
All right, thank you all. Good reports. We would be at old business. Any old business to come before the board? Hearing none, let's get right into new business. The first item is approval of a request to use Tower Park for White Cane Day event on October 15th, 2021. Trustee DeVore would ask for a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. All right, go right ahead, Trustee DeVore.
I actually don't have anything on this. I'm sorry, Chief.
This was through the Lion Park. I know Lions Park, I believe, they had come in front of the board months ago and asked for this date, and I think it was just a formality. We didn't put it back on for approval.
Okay.
So I think that's what this is. This is this through Lions Park and Mark Bean?
Yes, it is. They had asked to hold this event last year and were unable to due to COVID. I know the board had approved it at that time, but we don't, since they didn't get to hold it, I can't comment on anything.
Thank you.
Miss, I do have some information on it. Surprisingly, he sent me an email, a message that he couldn't make it today because he had a funeral. But you want me to read what he sent me?
Yes, please. I did not get an email, but go ahead.
No, it wasn't an email, but he said October 15th from 2 to 8, they want to use Tower Park. They're going to have one band, all gospel hymns, and possibly a few food trucks, free attendance, take love offering, so I guess they're going to take donations. So band, music and food.
Thank you.
All right, that was helpful. Any questions? Madam clerk call the roll?
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Kazam?
Aye.
Trustee Marfel?
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Next is approval of ordinance 2021-1662, an ordinance pertaining to the coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund. Trustee DeVore, I'd ask for a motion to approve this.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2021-1662.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Go right ahead, Trustee DeVore.
Okay, so this is an ordinance allowing us to, we have to adopt this ordinance in order to spend funds that we've received due to COVID. So there are stipulations on how we have to spend this money and things like that. So the additional papers that Stephanie gave to us, we're listing these exhibits A and B that are in this ordinance for you.
Okay, questions? All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Kazam?
Aye.
Trustee Marfel?
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
All right, that passes. Next, approval of an easement agreement with Illinois American Water. Trustee Marfel, I'd ask for a motion to approve that.
Make a motion to approve.
In a second?
Second.
All right, go ahead, please.
Going to defer to council on this one.
Thank you. Some of you weren't here, I think, last year when we first discussed with Illinois American Water the concept of granting them a pretty broad easement, because as you know, Illinois American doesn't serve Peoria Heights, but they have a project to install new mains, and they offered to exchange, in exchange for us granting the easement, that they would give us some acreage down on a river. I'm not sure what street it's closest to, but it's about 10 acres of land.
Off Galena Road.
Right, off Galena, and it's pretty far north, right?
No, right off of Gardner Lane, just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Village, you know, that it's useful, I think, for water, for public works in general. And so we decided that we would, in concept, agree to that. We now have the easement, which it didn't go out with the packet on Friday. I missed that. So I provided a copy to everybody. We've negotiated this language. It's similar to Ameren. It's going to sound like deja vu because these easements kind of came up at the same time, and it's the corridor that is the Rock Island Trail. That is largely what they're looking for, you know, for the easement. I'm almost, as of yesterday, I've been going back and forth with Illinois American Water on what the construction is going to entail, where it's going to be, when it's going to be, and most importantly, how long it's going to take. And I finally got answers to that last night after I left for the zoning board meeting. So as of this morning, I've been informed it's going to be 40 days, 40 working days, which is 2 months. And it will require shutting the trail down. That is not something I was clued into before I raised the question about the actual construction. I think that's something we need to think about. Once the construction is complete, it's a new water main. I got to assume it's not going to require much maintenance, so I think it's a one-time sort of thing that the trail will be shut down. Or if it does need, if it needs maintenance or something, that's probably going to be years and years from now. But 2 full months. Now, they said they can do it later in the year. I don't know how much later in the year when trail usage is down. But it's something to think about because while I'm absolutely on board and Illinois American was very cooperative, far more so than Ameren with the language of the easement itself, they were very clear that the construction is going to cause closure of the trail.
So the Ameren easement wasn't going to affect the trail at all. It was just theoretically, if they had to repair lines, it could happen.
It could.
But
if something happened,
but
the line fell, and
right.
Yes.
But
this absolutely will affect the trail.
Oh, wow.
And do you know, we talked about when and for how long, but where exactly? You said the trail, but what segment of the trail?
I didn't get an answer to the where, okay. And I assume the where is the entire length of the trail through the heights.
I got information on that.
Oh.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to connect this part of town of Peoria with the out by Pioneer Park.
Okay.
They're trying to connect them together. They currently have a 12-inch water main at Boulevard and Toledo, which stops, dead ends. They want to take it, hook on there, go up, it'd be east on Toledo, around the Cohen's property, back down the trail, and then hook into their water main, which is on Francis, in the Francis and Glen Elm area.
Okay.
And then that'll loop that entire area. So the actual area, as far as residential, will just be Toledo. And then the rest of the area, the rest of the construction is all on the trail. There's no customers hooked to it. It's just simply a transmission line. There's just water running through it. So like council said, once it's buried, unless there's an issue with it, there's no other maintenance on it needed.
So it would essentially shut it down from Cohen's, through the Cohen's building.
To Francis, or probably, yeah,
Past Glen.
to Francis, which is up by Glen Elm, or, yeah, off Glen Elm, yeah.
I mean, that's like a huge portion
Yes,
that's
why-
like very used.
And I
Why
hate
does
to
it take
say
2
this-
months?
Well, and also I was going to say, usually it takes longer.
Yeah, they're gonna
I mean,
tell
I
us
hate-
2 months, but
yeah.
it might be 3.
Yeah, I would think 2 months is like a worst-case scenario type of thing with weather.
Worst case, you think?
What's that?
You think worst case?
Yeah, I think they probably gave 2 months to be a worst-case scenario type of thing.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm going to ask, I'm not opposing this, but I think I'm going to ask for a motion to defer this, because I think we need more information. This is like,
I think that's appropriate, and I think we should have somebody that can speak specifically about the construction, come to the meeting to answer questions.
I mean, they're a good company, they're a good neighbor, we work well with them, but this is like closing down a major artery of commerce and traffic into the village. It'd be like closing down Route 29 or 150 for 40 days. I mean, this is a lot of foot traffic and bike traffic, and I think our businesses need to know about that and have some input on it as well. They rely on this not only for our residents for the quality of life of using the trail, but this is a artery of commerce, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So I think I'd ask for, council, when could this be ready to bring back to the board?
As soon as somebody from Illinois American can come to a meeting.
Well, how about if I ask for a motion to defer until administration and you are ready to put this back on the agenda?
Absolutely.
Mayor, I got a question too. Would it be possible to put hydrants in on this line in the process? Fire
That's a
hydrants?
question we can ask when they come. Absolutely.
Mark, can you also ask them, when we negotiated this, there were specific details of the, on that transmission line that we asked for, such as a interconnect in front of Toledo Tower, and they were also willing to put automatic shutoff valves. The initial concern was on Toledo, there's very little to poor drainage, and the concern was if that thing was to pop and a water main break was to happen, that there would be some issues with flooding. And when I talked to the engineer, he agreed to put in automatic shutoff valves on each end. So if there was a sudden drop in pressure, those would close within a matter of 30 seconds to prevent any type of flooding to that
Hopefully
area.
you're here when they.
Yeah.
That would have to prevent usage of those in, if that was the case. If you're gonna put that in, because the pressure would drop on the fire hydrant, opening up. And it would probably-
Yeah, but now, we're not replacing, you'll still have the original hydrants that are there now. Those are not being removed, so.
What I'm saying is if we put hydrants on that new line that was going in and they had those valves in it, because it would create a sudden pressure drop by opening that hydrant, and it would probably close those.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. That's a good point, yes.
So we'd have to discuss that.
Yes, true. Yeah, I got you.
And I'm sorry, Mayor, and one other thing, I know you are looking for a motion, but Mark, on the deal that was struck, again, I wasn't here for that. I know in the easement, which will be filed at the county.
It would be recorded, correct.
Which will be recorded, we say it's the sum of $1. Do we have any protection for us as far as the,
We have a signed LOI that says that we're going to exchange the easement for the 10 acres, and they
Okay.
acknowledge that they're going to do the conveyance. So
Okay.
I think we're protected by that.
okay.
I'm I'm sorry, I have one thing to add. Do we have the authority to say that they can shut down the trail, or does the park district?
Well, that's a really good question, and I have considered that. They're taking this easement subject to the existing easement in favor of the park district, which is first in time. So I'm not convinced that they can do what they're proposing to do without park district consent. But that's something that I'm certain their council has.
I'm going to ask you to please bring them into the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was under the impression the Park District was
Well, do we
in
have
charge of that whole thing.
do we have an easement with the Park District or a lease with the Park District?
We own the land and we granted the easement for the trail to the park district.
So there's an easement to the Park District.
But the park district's easement is superior because it was recorded first.
Okay, I thought it was a lease, so I'm sorry. Okay.
So there is that question, and I have done everything I can to get the park district to weigh in on this without much success. Had phone calls with a couple different people. They're aware of it and haven't, but we'll certainly invite them to the meeting that Illinois American Water is going to be at.
Okay, so I think the desire is to cooperate with Illinois American Water, but we need to do this with minimal disruption to the village and its residents and businesses, so I will ask for a motion to defer this.
I make a motion to defer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the deferral? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
Aye.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Marfel.
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
All right, that passes. Next is approval of approval of a proposal from Rule to replace the furnace at Fire Station Number 2 in the amount of $6,600. Trustee Gett, I'd ask for a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to approve the proposal from Rural.
And a second, please.
Second?
Okay, go ahead, Trustee Gett.
This is basically, it's been budgeted for them to remove the old heater furnace down in Firehouse 2 and to replace it. Like I said, it's already been budgeted. Pretty much, you look at it, it says what they're going to do. It's an open shut deal. I think we should go ahead and approve it, get that taken care of, because we got other things to take care of down there. So,
Thank you, Trustee Gett, for looking into that. Any questions or discussion on the motion? Chief, anything?
Well, basically what happened was in February, we have two furnaces that are overhead down there. The one completely quit right during the cold snap in February. The other one decided to go give out on us in April. So we have no furnace in the building right now whatsoever. So we have to do something there.
Okay. Anyone else? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
aye.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Marfel.
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
All right, that passes. We'd be at miscellaneous business. Any miscellaneous business to come before the board? Okay, we're at payment of the bills. I'd ask for a motion to pay the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second, please.
Second.
All right, any question on any of the bills or discussion on the motion? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
Aye.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Marfel.
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
All right, that passes. The bills are paid. Next is the treasurer's report.
As of the end of July, there was $4,681,756.09 in the village-controlled accounts, and in the water-controlled accounts, there was $1,604,683.87.
All right, I would ask for a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I move to approve the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All right. I have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report. Any discussion on the motion? Question on the report? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
Aye.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Marfel.
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
Aye.
All right, that passes. So we would be at an executive session. I would ask for a motion to go into executive session for 5 ILCS 120/2C1 on personnel. Trustee DeVore?
I motion to go into executive session.
Do I have a second? Okay, I do. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Kazam?
Aye.
Trustee Marfel?
Aye.
Trustee Wigginton?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourning to go into executive session, and we will return here only to adjourn. We will not conduct any other business.
Your knowledge, right? We got best of both worlds. We got here.
You haven't run you off yet?
For your term.
Okay, it looks like everyone is here, so we are back in regular session. There is no further business to come before the board, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Motion
Second.
and a second. All right, all those in favor of the motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We're adjourned.
Mark, I just...